Good? All right. I'd like to call this meeting to order, please. Please rise for Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance. Mr. Piscinero, would you call roll, please?
Yep. Mr. Christensen. Here. Mrs. Feist.
Here.
Mrs. Headley.
Here.
Mrs. Hoppy.
Here.
Mrs. Janasek.
Here.
Mr. McGregor.
Here.
Mr. Scalzo.
Here.
Mrs. Turner.
Here.
Mr. Mojak.
Here.
9 present.
Thank you. Announcement of executive session earlier here tonight to discuss school board-related issues on personnel and legal matters. Motion approval of minutes, please.
Second.
All right, approval of minutes moved by Mrs. Walsh-Turner, second by Mr. Scalzo. Mr. Piscinero?
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Mr. Mojak, yours is thinking too.
Yeah, well, yay.
Okay. 9-0.
All right, very good. 10 to adopt business items.
Second.
Business items moved by Ms. Walsh-Turner, second by Mr. Scazzo. Mr. Piscineri? Yay.
Voting is open.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it again. Yeah, I'm gonna reboot. I won't until I get this student. Yeah, I'll get Caleb up here.
Kim, yours is still down too. 9-0. Passes.
Very good. At this time, we have student government, Mr. Caleb Bush.
Hello. SGA has concluded our October plans, and now we are focusing on November plans, one of which being addressing thankfulness in the form of hand turkeys, with a message saying some words of gratitude towards a staff member of their choosing. We look forward to Christmas with the planning of our student staff Secret Santa and the Senior Citizen Luncheon. And finally, SGA got the opportunity to attend the Pennsylvania Association of Student Councils State Conference, where we got to attend various workshops and a presentation by a keynote speaker where he spoke about how we should be doing more activities where we can give rather than ask for participation.
Thank you, sir. Do we have anybody from PTO? Ms. Shepard? All righty.
Can you hear me?
Yes, but go ahead, Amanda, with the PTO report.
Perfect. Thank you so much for having me. Quick rundown from all the schools. For Ben Franklin, Ben had some assemblies already this year with the Pittsburgh Zoo and First Energy, and they were both successful. Mad Science and the Carnegie Science Center will be happening in the second half of the year. The pennies for Evan Coin Drive brought in $2,300, and they're looking ahead to Cookies with Santa, their Santa shop, and Spirit Week for the holidays. George Washington. Washington is currently also getting ready for Cookies with Santa, holiday shop, and a Christmas sing-along. They have also started a new BP umbrella fundraiser as well. We are starting our annual Abby's Toy Drive Angel Tree, and the yearbook committee has started the 4th grade yearbook contest. For Abraham Lincoln, October at Lincoln was a blast. At the end of the month, we celebrated Halloween with a school parade and classroom parties. After parent-teacher conferences, we treated our staff to lunch catered by Gianna Biaz as our first staff appreciation event. We are looking forward to December and the many events that will be held before the holidays. For Memorial Elementary, we hosted the Cayman Science Center in October for a Build It's a Blast Off assembly that the kids loved. Memorial just wrapped up the Pennies for Evan Coin Drive as well, and we were very thankful to all of our families as we were able to donate $2,500 to the Reagan family. Looking ahead, we are hosting a family Friendsgiving bingo tomorrow night that will be free for all of our families. We are just asking they bring non-perishable food items for the community. And December will bring our holiday shop and holiday fest as well. For William Penn kicked off autumn with an amazing fall festival. Big thanks to the Bethel Park Volunteer Fire Company and the police department for their support. And they're now gearing up for holiday fun with an epic end to 2025. For NAMS, they hosted a really fun Halloween family bingo at the end of October, complete with costumes and prizes. And traditional popcorn Fridays and student stores are continuing, and we're gearing up for Santa Shop for the students, as well as Charity Carnival just before winter break. And for Independence, they're gearing up for their big craft show on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And lastly, for the new elementary PTO, with under a year to go, we are starting to see things take shape with committees forming, new and upcoming fundraisers that will engage students now with some fun while generating funds for the new PTO. And we have our next in-person PTO planning meeting on December 9th. And that's everything. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amanda. At this time, our solicitor report.
I do not have a report this evening. We covered everything that I needed to cover in executive session.
Very good. Nice and quick. RC from Sarah will give us an update on the K-5 building.
Good evening, everybody. Seems like it's been a while since I've seen you guys. Hope all is well. So I'm just excited to go through some of these pictures as we're really making some pretty good progress in the building. So starting on the outside of the building, you're looking at the main entrance here. We've got the blacktop poured in front of the main entrance there. Got a large portion of the asphalt down already. We're trying to get some more poured here before the plants close. We're getting set up for hopefully towards the end of this week if we could get a crew freed up. But so all the blacktop you see, just to keep in mind, it's just a binder. So next summer we'll get it cleaned up, maybe mill it down a little bit, and put a fresh top coat on. So for start of school, it's all nice and new, and you won't see tire marks and whatnot in it. So going around the building, this is on the back side of F, which is facing NAMS. So you'll see on there the exterior skin of the building going on, the different composite panels. This is inside the courtyard. Again, the exterior skin going on, the storefront, all the windows are in, all the glass is in. We started the decorative stone veneer on the outside. This detail actually carries on into the inside in some locations too, but we started that there. That's kind of neat there. Okay, into the building, ground floor E and F in the classroom wing. So like you can see here, we got the all the walls are in, painted, casework is in, ceiling grid is in. We'll start dropping lights in there. Started ceramic tile work in the restrooms, walls and floors. Ground floor F, which is right along with ground floor E. Again, walls painted, casework in, ceiling grid in, dropping lights, and starting to device out. The MEP contractors are starting to install their devices. Ground floor also in the A, C, and D area is right along with it. You know, the walls are up, tape and finish is done, painting's ongoing. Just snap that picture. This is in the kindergarten. Yeah, K2 library. So that's like their little reading nook there. I thought that was a cool little picture. So you can see that happening. First floor E. So moving up in the building. Again, drywall's in, finished, painted, ceiling grids going in. So when they're done with the casework on the ground floor, they're going to come up here. So we're working our way up to the building. As you can see, ground floor F is a couple steps behind. The taping and finish is done. This is ready for paint. So we'll start painting in there in the next couple days, a week. Second floor, okay, moving up to the second floor. Second floor E, all the drywall's hung. We're in the, keep hitting the wrong button. We're in the process of obviously taping and finishing there, but all the drywall's hung. And then in second floor F, all the drywall's hung in the classrooms, working our way out of the courtyard. So you can see the kind of progress of how we're working through that classroom wing. And today they started installing lockers today on the ground floor at E2. So we're really making some good progress there. God bless you. Throughout the rest of the building, A, B, C, and D, which are large spaces, the mechanical contractors are doing their rough-in. It's all framed. Just waiting for the rough-ins to complete, and the carpenter crews from the classrooms to free up, and we'll start that whole process in here: hang on board, tape, finish, paint. And you can see here too, the upper storefront and glazing is in. So we're getting really close to be 100% weathered in. We only got a few more openings to install. A couple shots of the mechanical room. You can see we got the guts of the building in here now. All the heating and plumbing equipment, we're starting on it and getting that wrapped up. The electrical rooms, all the switch gear is in. We have permanent power, not hooked up to the building, but it's at the building. So we just got to pull secondary out to the transformer, which I have a picture of that here. The permanent transformer is set. So once we get pulled from the building to this transformer, we'll be running off permanent power. A gas meter set is in progress of being installed there. So we got all our utilities. We're getting the building closed in, finishes going in. So we're in good shape there. Upcoming work is just going like gangbusters on the inside and getting finishes in. So drywall, tape, finish, paint, casework, ceramic tile, lockers, and the interior and exterior stone veneer will kind of be of a battle through the winter, but we'll get it done. And we're zeroing in on 500 days without a recordable accident, knock on wood, which is hell of an accomplishment. You know, I personally never got to 500 days.
Jinx it.
I just jinxed it, right? But I've been like looking forward to it so much. Well, not because it's bad, because very rarely you have a project of this length where you could achieve those numbers. So, not to say all my other jobs, people are dropping like flies. But it's a testament to the crew and their attention to safety, as well as getting the building done. If anybody has any questions.
RC, could you, we've got a list of some change orders.
Yeah.
Can you just walk us through some of those? I think overall it's a net reduction of $10,000, so thank you.
Yeah.
But can you just explain what those are?
Sure. Okay, starting with the GC, GC number 40, metal panels and flashing. So all the different exterior finishes and materials on the building, when we were working through mock-ups and seeing how the pieces are actually going to fit together, went through several iterations of how to making sure everything's properly flashed and everything. So the design team came up with a better mousetrap there, so we were able to save a large portion of money there.
Okay.
41 roof acceleration. So at the as fast as we were progressing on the inside and eyeing up starting drywall, I wanted to race to get the roof on and get it complete and get it dried in. So we made the decision to pay for a little bit of acceleration in those activities, which got us dried in and allowed us to really start hanging drywall. And in the same breath there, that second 42 is the same thing. Again, we were ready to hang drywall. Windows were lagging on delivery, so in order to prevent the rain coming in the building and getting the drywall saturated, we pulled the trigger to put some temporary enclosures on the windows and the skylights again to keep progress ripping and roaring. So that is number 42. Number 43, the gym floor graphics and painting revisions. These were, this is a result of finalizing what the gym floor will actually look like, the graphics, the lettering, the logos. And there's a lot of layers of paint coming back to paint. You can't just paint it all at one time. You got to put down the background and then come in and put the finishes and all this stuff. So after all that was iterated, that's what we got there. Then the last two, the HVAC 8 and EC 12, are related to the addition of some duct detectors that were added to the project at the recommendations of the engineers.
Okay.
What was the cause for the added?
I'm
What was the
sorry?
logic behind the added, to add these detectors?
Well, they weren't on the drawing,
So,
so they just. Yeah.
what's that, Dan?
Am I doing it right?
Yes.
The duct detectors were required by code. They were not on the drawings.
That's why I kind of thought they'd be required. Okay, so pay me now or pay me later, right?
Well said.
Any further questions on change orders?
Any other unforeseen items? We've had this conversation twice now, and there's another one here on duct detectors. Are there any other unforeseen items that are not on drawings, not on bids, not on other things that are going to come up? I understand this one's a wash with what we're getting back from Rycon, but we're still very low on what's left in the change order.
I think there's 400,000 left. Yeah. I don't see you, I mean, I don't have a crystal ball. We are continuously reviewing our documents. If it's unforeseen, it's,
You can't see it.
you can't see it.
AKA.
But what I would say is, what I think we all appreciate is that, like with the, exterior metal facades and things, you've come up with another solution, save us some money. So, the more things like that you can save also, great.
Thank you. Yes, and with that as an ongoing process.
Yeah, I was also going to say something to that too. They're not just constantly reviewing drawings as well as us on site. The guys that put these buildings together, they sometimes look at drawings differently than him or I would, obviously. But design team is constantly going through their drawings just to see if there is opportunity for value engineering, kind of on the fly too. Fills our days.
So, RC and Dan, I'm noticing on the very end of this report is the summary of the change orders and the impact on the overall contract costs. And the last line indicates the percentage of the contracts that's been paid already.
Yes.
The highest is 78%, the lowest is 60%, so we're more than halfway done with paying these bills.
That's correct.
The 68% for the general contractor, which was the largest contract. So, in your experiences, when you reach that threshold, what kinds of things might be unforeseen, or what could pop up when you've already paid 70% of your bills?
Right. I would thank you for that, Dr. Walsh. That was very good. I would consider such a thing as the duct detectors to be one of the larger things we're going to see, and it's 20,000. That's nothing to shake a stick at, but you are halfway done with your building, and not including the credits, which overall we're a net credit on the building. But if you ignore that, you've spent $200,000 building half your building. We're not going to spend another 200,000 building the other half, right? That number is going to trend, as we say, down and to the right, right? And you've got 400. So that's why I'm not that concerned about that number. But I expect the numbers to go down and to the right as compared with these that we're seeing, 20,000, you know. Again, I'm not an engineer. We hire our engineers because they're smarter than us at that sort of thing. And so I'm surprised to see those things as well.
Okay, so you say half. I feel like 68% of the billing for Rycon means the building's more than halfway done. It's 70%.
Well, in that costing is a lot of parts and pieces as well. It's not just labor, right? It's might be materials that are sitting in a yard somewhere.
Well,
You know, a lot
the
of-
project
glazing.
is well more than halfway done, as you correctly observe. The site work is a big part of it. That's done. And that's also where a lot of these change orders came from.
Yes.
Right. So I think you're in really good position.
I mean, the obvious question then would be is how close to the target date are we?
What did Maxwell
Wait,
Smart
I've been
always
waiting
say?
for this.
This much?
I've been waiting for this. Are we going to be on time?
Yes, sir. Yes, we will be on time.
Can we be early?
So I could agree.
Sorry, RC, I
I
didn't
still got
anticipate
some
that
magic
one.
left in his fingers, but not that much.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm pretty confident we will end on time. Certainly, the classroom wings will be done probably midsummer, with enough time to move furniture and stuff in like that. So.
thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yeah, from Site Logic, Rochelle's here to give us an update on IMS in the home stretch, right?
Pardon?
We're in the home stretch, right?
Yes. So I apologize for being late, but
No.
I spent some time on the Liberty Bridge. So I will give a quick update on IMS. I know you guys have all walked through it. I heard your re-grand opening was fabulous. I'm sorry I had to miss it. So we are in the process of doing punch lists inside the building. We do have some items outside the building that we're still working on with the architect, trying to resolve some issues. But right now, like I said, we're pretty much down to punch lists. I just did get an email from Mark on my way here I saw, so I will go through that list personally. I will come down and maybe meet with Dr. Walsh and Mark, excuse me, and go over that list with them. But other than that, I just put some pictures together of before and after, because to me this building was a huge transformation from where it started. And I just think looking back at these pictures where it's just
Just one question on that list, just because punch list appeared, in all those areas, which is understandable at the end of the project. What's your estimate of timing to get all of that wrapped up?
Punch list, I'm hoping to have everything wrapped up by the end of the year. I was hoping to be done by Thanksgiving, but we've had there's a few issues with some exterior stuff that architecturally we're working out. We have not resolved yet. We've had a few issues getting some pricing in for some things, but my goal is by the end of the year.
Okay.
This calendar year, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So again, these are just some before and after pictures. This is the office before, after. Again, just a different view. Hallway transformations from what used to be there with the carpet and everything, and all the new lighting and colors. Again, just another view of the corridors. Classroom transformation, with the lighting, again, colors. These are some of, I think, the biggest transformations. This is the old cafeteria, and this is your new cafeteria, which I think is awesome. Again, this is what is your entrance by the cafeteria going towards your gyms. What was your old kitchen entrance. This is now the new entrance to your kitchen, up those steps, back to the gymnasium stairs, kitchen within itself. Again, this was a picture of the old library that we were able to capture. And these are pictures of your new library in there. It seems like the kids are loving that space. Again, one of your existing music rooms. Some pictures of the new music spaces in there. Just a picture of the fitness room. I'm not sure that ever got shown. Picture of the old locker rooms. Pictures of the new locker rooms. I think this is the best picture. This is the old auditorium. And this is your new auditorium.
There's been some paint issues in the auditorium. Have they been solved yet? And has the screen issue in the auditorium been solved yet?
So the paint issues, I assume you're talking the two side walls. So the walls are painted the color we were told to paint them. Apparently there were some conversations painting them white. Unfortunately, we were not part of that conversation, so we were not aware they were to be white. So that is a conversation we need to have with the district. So we can have that conversation. As far as the screen is the correct size for the room. I know you guys used to have this humongous screen in there, but with the technologies and the projectors you have now, it is sized for that room.
I understand.
It's not installed.
The projector does not work on the screen that is in the room right now.
It does. The screen is too high. We had a meeting last week with the contractor. They need to lower it, and it is adjusted to fit the screen. So they need to lower it first. It's up too high right now.
It's not what I was told from the technology department that works in that auditorium.
Yeah, I just had a meeting on Thursday with the contractors, and it will all be resolved. We will get it lowered, it will be adjusted, and then we can talk about the two side walls being white. So, but we will get it corrected. So, like I said, let us lower it first. That's the biggest problem because it's too high. It's just too high. People are like looking at it like this when they should be looking at it kind of straight ahead. Another picture of your auditorium. Picture of the old gymnasium. Picture of the renovated gymnasium. And then your Act 34 grant roof project is complete. The warranty has started, I believe, on November 3rd. Garland has accepted everything, so you're now a 30-year warranty has started. It's all new metal coping, and all new lighting protection system is on the roof. And just kind of an overview there looking down. So just working with Anthony to get him some more paperwork that is needed for the grant to wrap that up as well. The end. Anything else? Any other questions?
So, Dr. Case, she'll give you the timeline for the punch list.
Yeah, the email she was talking about, I did an informal walkthrough with staff today, asking for a timeline, because it was thought to be done by the end of this month. It clearly isn't going to be done by the end of this month. For the timeline, there are some outstanding items that we need to address. We've been working with, our OSIP has expired, so there were some insurance coverage issues on vendors that we're working through. Some other items that are popping through this area.
If you, when you get that, would you share with us? That way, if any of us want to have it to look at, we'll have it. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay.
Anything
Anybody
else?
else for any questions? Michelle? Thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
rushing out here tonight. Appreciate that. Thank you. Committee reports. Swappy, you always have something? Nothing? Just your handout from Still Center? The buzz. Any other committee reports, Sharon? No? All right. Doc, Superintendent's report.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I think the first place to start tonight is acknowledging that Mrs. Hoppy is completing her 4-year service to the school board with tonight's meeting. That time included a lot of years at Steele Center, representing Bethel Park and our students that participate there, so we thank you for that service. and your work on the policy committee. We took you on a journey through all 800 policies that you were very fastidious. I appreciated that very much. We thank you. Thank you for volunteering to help us move Bethel Park forward and be best in class. It's been a real pleasure for us to work with you. Yeah.
I'll save my comments for you.
Okay. Okay. At last month's meeting, I presented to the board a written document about how to develop our successor to the strategic plan. We're coming up on the end of the 5-year plan that we started together in 2021. And I had proposed ways to develop the next one through community input, local stakeholder input, and so forth. And I wanted to first see if there were any questions or input from the board, and then get your support to start soliciting like a committee, a steering committee that could help with the development of that next plan.
That all run at once, huh?
Yeah. Assuming, Len, that you liked what you saw, and we should move forward with the committee. Okay, thank you. Great. All right, I appreciate that. And so now I'm going to ask Mr. Cromie for his 5 big things, which is actually 6, I think, tonight.
Yeah, we got we have a late entry. Yeah, yes, yeah.
It was him. He started. Flipping a coin.
All right. Bethel Park Schools honored veterans last week with events across several schools. IMS hosted former U.S. Marine and Paralympian Eric McIlvaney, while William Penn Elementary and Neil Armstrong Middle School welcomed veterans for presentations and meet and greets. Students created veterans walls with messages of gratitude. Also, the Bethel Park High School continues to add to its military wall, which is expected to be revealed later this month. And it reflects the district's deep appreciation for all those who serve and who have served. The Bethel Park Education Foundation is offering limited edition $25 Christmas ornaments to commemorate the retirement of 6 schools at the end of the 2025-26 school year, featuring Abraham Lincoln, Benjamin Franklin, Bethel Memorial, William Penn, George Washington, and Neil Armstrong schools. The ornaments celebrate memories made in each building. Proceeds benefit the Fantastic Four charities and the Bethel Park Elementary PTO. Draven Kennedy and Leah Mafrisi of Bethel Park won gold medals in the indoor bocce at the Special Olympics Fall Fest at Villanova University in suburban Philadelphia. They led their team to victories in all 4 preliminary matches and came from behind in a tiebreaker to clinch the championship. Beyond their obvious success on the court, Kennedy and Mafrisi joined their peers and competitors in a series of Fall Fest activities tailored to them.
We're just building champions here, that's all.
That's what it's remarkable that they're able to overcome their coaching.
Well played.
This is American Education Week, and this week we will proudly celebrate the Education Support Professionals Day. In Bethel Park School District, we are deeply grateful for the dedicated custodians, bus drivers, paraprofessionals, office staff, cafeteria teams, and so many others whose work makes educating our children possible. Their commitment, care, and behind-the-scenes contributions strengthen our schools every day, and we appreciate all they do for our students and community. Bethel Park Schools will have an early dismissal on Wednesday, November 26th. Dismissal times will vary by school, but they're at the high school will dismiss at 11:15 a.m. IMS will dismiss at 11:15 a.m. as well. Neil Armstrong will dismiss at noon, and each of the 5 elementary schools will dismiss at 1 p.m. There will be no a.m. or p.m. kindergarten, but lunch will be served at the elementary schools and at Neil Armstrong Middle School. Families should plan accordingly for transportation and after-school arrangements. And that is our 5 big things. But we have some breaking news from tonight. Earlier today, the Pennsylvania House Game and Fish Committee advanced John's bill, which is House Bill 961. It's legislation inspired by Bethel Park High School teacher John Gentile, who died in May of 2022 when his kayak went over an unmarked run-of-the-river or Lowhead Dam in New Hope, Pennsylvania. Gentile's niece and Bethel Park alumna Claudia Huber, who graduated in 2020, was in Harrisburg to support Representative Natalie Mihalik, who championed the measure, and she called it one of her top legislative priorities. The bill would require run-of-the-river dams to be clearly marked and accurately mapped, directing the Department of Environmental Protection and the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission to coordinate, improve public safety information, and address a problem that causes more deaths in Pennsylvania than in any other state. There are more river deaths in Pennsylvania than anywhere else in the country. So this will help, hopefully, do that. So this is a major step tonight, and now it'll reach the main body, and if should it pass there, we'll have a good outcome from a terrible tragedy. So just wanted to pass that along.
Fantastic.
Thank you, Mr. Cromie. And now we have from our Curriculum and Instruction Department actually a bright spot from the Student Support Services folks.
Hi, good evening. We're just going to highlight a few things from the Student Support Services that has happened this fall. And I will say, you gave us about a heart attack, or Dave a heart attack just a second ago, saying professional support. I had to reassure him Paraprofessionals Exclusive Day is in the spring.
That's true. Never want to forget that.
So a big part of our summer and early of the fall was onboarding 12 new staff to our special education department. And I can say with each one of them, they have impressed me beyond their interviews, and we are very happy to have them. I continue to get positive feedback, and this afternoon I met with them for their new teacher induction, and they seem to be adjusting well and are happy to be part of the Bethel Park family. Oh, I keep changing my own computer. Okay. So Bethel Park by the numbers. I always, every year, like to highlight our Penn data information, which comes out at the late summer, the end of August. This data is collected in December 1 of 2024. So this data is the data that we will collect this December, but it was primarily last year. We currently have 783 students identified with IEPs. This does not include 504s or GIEPs. We have 19.5% of our district has an individual education plan. Of those 783 students, 17.2 have an autism diagnosis. I will note that that autism diagnosis does not necessarily mean autistic support. They can be serviced in multiple programming. 29.2% have a specific learning disability. We have 25.8% speech language supports, and a really positive number for us is 73.4% of our students are included with their regular education peers 80% or more of the school day. So when we've talked about co-teaching and inclusion practices, it's showing up in our Penn data collection as well. I'd also like to highlight our autistic support program. We have 7 exclusive autistic support classrooms, K to 8. We've added 2 autistic support classrooms in the last year. Last year we added 1 at Abraham Lincoln, and this year we added 1 at Washington. We have 135 students identified as receiving autistic support. And this year we were approved for the Patent Autism Initiative. We've been on the wait list for several years, which they go through and they provide systematic support utilizing evidence-based practices to empower special education teams. And I highlight teams because that is not exclusive to just the special education teachers. That includes administrators, that includes paraprofessionals, and regular education teachers. One of their primary principles are they foster inclusive learning environments, elevating the student outcomes, and championing equality, ensuring that every student can meet their fullest potential. They come in twice a month, providing consultation and support for all staff. And that led us into the segue of the Patent Autism Initiative professional development that they've provided. They have 2 consultants that come in. We have 4 anchor classrooms that they are supporting, 2 at the elementary, 1 at IMS, and 1 at the high school. With that also comes a lot of professional development where our staff has received establishing component skills in evidence-based practice, going beyond looking at their language and skill development, and establishing foundational skills for students with autism spectrum disorder. That being said, oftentimes, those are also best practices for all our students. Additionally, just this month, I received a certification in the Framework for Access for Belonging, and I'm a facilitator. I know Sharon has spoke about that publicly at our board meetings multiple times. So I'm a facilitator now for anybody that would sign up and ask for that. Dr. Minch will talk about it a little bit more, but our secondary staff has really been focusing on our secondary transition programming, and they've gone through 6 hours of Indicator 13 to look at transition planning. The last time we did that was in 2015, so it's really important that we've kind of brushed up our skills. Additionally, tomorrow, our school psychologist will participate in the quality indicators for emotional support services to ensure as we continue to open up emotional support classrooms as in our plan for next year, they will be participating in some training at Patton tomorrow. Megan Enoch also attended the Association for School Psychologists Conference in Hershey, where it highlighted different programming such as FBAs for school avoidance, ethical issues, integrating artificial intelligence into identification programs. And we actually just got word today that Crystal Summers, who's in the middle in the picture there, was nominated for PA School Psychologist Southwest Delegate. So a great honor for NASP, the governing body for school psychologists. We're also working on our alignment and big plans to align everything for continuity and consistency as we move to the new elementary school. K-12 now are using consistent and IEP templates, and I will elaborate on that. One of the feedbacks that we've received over the years is parents, as different case managers take over, and in different buildings they do different IEPs in different ways, and different datas in each block differently. So now we have a consistent format, so no matter whom the case manager is and whatever building you are in, the programming, they could find their data in the exact same area. We've also expanded our occupational therapy MTSS programming into all our kindergarten classrooms. That's a push-in program that we piloted in 2 buildings last year, and it got really good feedback, so they're going into all the kindergarten classrooms. We've also expanded our MTSS speech therapy supports across all buildings, which is a really great program that in K-1-2, they do between 5 and 15-minute pull-out sessions as intervention to hopefully so they don't receive IEPs in the future. And so then they can also be included more frequently with their typical peers. Lastly, we've sent out surveys to guide continued expansion of co-teaching in grades K-12 to make sure that we're having the best fit for all our speech therapists and special education teachers moving forward to the new, to our new building.
Okay. Thank you for having us this evening. In addition to the things that Sarah and I are working on within special education, we're also working on other student support service initiatives. We're going to have on Friday a day of experience with some of our technology that Mr. Boland's outfitted in our elementary school and at our Independence Middle School renovation. And that's going to include a device that a teacher can wear, a lanyard, and it will receive the speech of the teacher and transcribe it into an audio and into a text file for the student on their device. The nice thing about that is that the teacher's then not having to worry about going to different devices to communicate with students. The students can delegate what language they want to get the information in, and that comes to their computer. So we're excited about that. We're going to be playing with that on Friday and doing a pilot here over those coming weeks. Highlight that we had Disability Mentoring Day. Julie Hernandez, I mention her name often. She is doing a lot of our transition work, and she took our students to the Disability Mentoring Day this past, it was in October. It was a great event. Those smiles aren't fake. They're not just for the camera. They really had a great time. And I thank Mrs. Hernandez for getting our students down to that program. We also had our ESL teacher, our new ESL teacher, Mrs. Glover, take our students down to the ESL Student Event Day, where they were given some breakout sessions and some guidance basically on how to pitch themselves, like elevator pitches, and how to set goals for themselves in a world that maybe they're not all familiar with in moving to the United States. So that was a real positive thing there. To just touch on Indicator 13, Sarah had talked about that, but the big thing here is we've had people coming in and working with our teachers, going through their IEPs, auditing their IEPs, and giving them constructive feedback. I can tell you that the feedback I get from the teachers, from Aaron Grimm, who is our TAC team consultant doing that, was very positive. And I want to shout out to Aaron Grimm from the IU for doing a very productive job with our teachers, something that they valued the time with her. So good job, Aaron. I want to just highlight a couple partnerships we've done here. Horses with Hope, Donati's, Shop and Save. We've had some student placements there that we're working with our job coach from the high school, the paraprofessionals that have done some job coach training. We're very excited about that. And again, thank you to Flora Park, Shim, YMCA, Panera, who continue to be partners with us in this work-based learning environment. So good stuff. Let you know our guidance counselors are working hard at implementing Smart Futures. They're getting that ball is definitely rolling now. It's a great program that's highly aligned to the Pennsylvania standards and the 23 competencies across the 4 band grade levels. Lots of ways for students to investigate what they're good at, what they need to work on, what kind of jobs fit in their skill sets that they are strong in. They have a career plan that follows them until they graduate. We're not quite using it at the secondary level right now. This is a program that we're currently using at the middle school, but we hope to be able to get some things off the ground there with them. You can notice they do who am I, where am I going, and how do I get there. That's their focus, and those are the activities, how they're presented to the students. Big shout out to this lady here, Mrs. Marshall. See that smiling face up there? She's just a delight. She's a delight. And she's going to be our new gifted teacher at Independence Middle School. And I put this text, she doesn't know I put this text up here. She probably might be mad at me for putting this text up here, but you might remember that you approved her to go to this conference maybe about a month or 2 ago. She said, Dave, I just want to thank you for supporting my attendance at the National Association of Gifted Children Annual Convention. Today is the first day, and I'm so very excited for all that I'm going to learn. Of course, I said the most educated thing you could say, woo-hoo, to her, and she responded, Dave, this conference is amazing. I'm getting so many ideas, and she's just on fire for gifted education right now. I want to give a shout out to her and also to the board for allowing her to go. We don't get that kind of feedback all the time when we send people to these things. So great job, Mrs. Marshall. She's going to be a rock star. There's no doubt about it. Our counselors are also getting second step off the ground in the middle schools. So that's a step up from where we were. So that's a good thing. They're also using it in Tier 2 level implementation for students that demonstrate a higher need. We already talked about Leah and Draven. He stole my thunder, the 6 things. Darn it. But I also wanted to highlight Nathan Lawton here. See that smiling face on the bottom right-hand corner? I want to thank the band directors and also Mr. Tom Stein, the paraprofessional, that made a really great experience for Nathan in the marching band this year. I mean, he was fully included, participated in all the events, and just had a wonderful experience. And of course, we have Best Buddies going. Again, Mrs. Hernandez rocking that out. And of course, yes, our absolutely wonderful coach, Mr. Piscineri and Mr. Richard and all those folks getting bocce off the ground. And with that, Sarah and I thank you for allowing us to work with these wonderful students. Any questions?
Okay. Thank you. That's all we have.
All righty. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. This time, public comments on agenda items. It was like he was debating, like, please just state your name and like 2 minutes to speak.
All right. Mike Fastuca. Just have a couple questions, comments, observations from the guys that draw. Most of you guys know I'm a government contractor. I deal with federal government every day. Kind of over the last several months, I mean, I've been a part of this for 4 years, watching this grow. It's kind of odd to me that things just keep falling back out. That where is this coming from? Their boast 4 years ago was how many schools they've built, how many schools they've designed, and now there's things 2 years in that they're now finding that we have to pay for. That just seems kind of odd that they've built several schools and they didn't know that something needed to be there for code. The work order changes. I don't know what kind of contract it is. All of my contracts are firm fixed price, so whatever happens on my end, it's kind of stuck with it. It kind of is what it is. Just this week, UPS lost $20,000 worth of my merchandise. I can't charge the government $20,000 extra to make parts. I got to remake everything. So it's just kind of an observation from the public side of it. My house is literally across the street from the construction entrance. Haven't had any problems. My mailbox is still intact. So that's good. They've been clean, no sound issues. I'm out of there early in the morning. My wife hasn't complained about it. So on that side of everything, everything's good. I talked to Bernie the other day, very nice guy. But just some kind of observations of what they're seeing and what they're asking you to pay for that I am kind of concerned of where it's coming from. And if they've designed so many schools and they have engineers looking, why aren't we catching this sooner than later? Even I think he was talking about the floor color. I mean, we're 2 years into this. Why are we now figuring out we got to change a floor color? So just kind of observations, things to think about. And I got 4 seconds. Thanks.
Thank you. No one else? Curriculum Committee, Mr. Scalzo.
Okay, under Curriculum Committee, we have 4 items. Number 1, professional development. Number 2, approve 25-26 school calendar update. Number 3, approve the 26-27 school calendar. And number 4, approve the amendment to the affiliation agreement between Bethel Park School District and University of Pittsburgh. I move all 4 items.
Dr. Walsh, I think it's just the announcement that the date changed on the 26-27 school year, so all the parents know.
So this is the first the board has publicly released the calendar, but I guess somehow we were under the impression that the start date was going to be after Labor Day because of construction. What you heard tonight from RC, what we know from the construction calendar, that date was flexible to them, and so we've bumped it up a week. So our proposed calendar for next year has us starting on September 1st, which is right before Labor Day, and it then puts us at the 11th of June, I think the 11th or the 10th of June for the last day of school. So like a year ago when we had the IMS construction, we bumped everything a week later. That's the way this next year calendar will look. Everything will start a week behind what it normally does.
Procedurally, I had to move to lose a second.
Could
All right. Please.
could you just refresh for people who are listening what the update is to the current year calendar?
On number 2, motion number 2, I'm
Yes.
sorry. Yeah.
Yes.
So the calendar that you approved a year ago didn't have the early dismissal for the spring date listed. I think we talked about it and planned for it, but realized just recently that it wasn't on the original approved calendar. So this has that updated date. Mr. Cromie reminded us just a few minutes ago in his 5 big things that it's the day before Thanksgiving and the day before spring break that we're trying these early dismissal schedules. You should also note that the 26-27 calendar does not have them.
One phone call by.
Does this also the last day of school is now
Dr. Walsh,
Thursday?
the last day of school is June 11th. It just doesn't have the symbol on it. It has the color, but not the symbol for last day of school.
Yeah, I think, it's the last day.
And this year's last day, I believe, is June 4th. Is that what you were getting at?
That's what I'm getting at, because it was Friday.
It was marked on Friday on a calendar. I
Right.
print out. Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, that's the other thing I forgot. I should have mentioned.
Yes.
that-
So make sure people know.
Yeah, the last student day is Thursday. The last teacher day is Monday. We added an in-service day, what would have been the last day of school, so that we can give teachers the time they need to pack their rooms in anticipation of the move to the new building or to sixth grade into IMS.
Okay. And graduation is Thursday.
Same. Yeah, it didn't change.
All right. Thank you.
For curriculum, there's 4 items, moved by Mr. Scalzo, seconded by Mrs. Walsh-Turner. No other comments, Mr. Pictionary.
Vote is open.
I don't know why this isn't connecting.
Didn't come up either.
No, I don't, I rejoined the meeting too.
I was going to say I had to rejoin.
Okay. Motion passes 9-0.
Very good. Mr. McGregor for Personnel Committee.
Log out.
Okay, yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, sir. Please, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Tonight, under personnel, we have 8 items. Number 1, change of assignment. Number 2, appointment of personnel. Number 3, acceptance of resignations. Number 4, attainment of the status of professional employee. Number 5, approval of EDR's program 25-26 years. Number 6, appointment of designated gymnastics coach. Number 7, an MOU with the Bethel Park Federation of Paraprofessionals and AIDS Educational Support Unit. And number 8, an MOU with the Bethel Park Federation of Paraprofessional AIDS Educational Support Unit. So we have 2 of them there. So those are the 8 that I would like to move. If there are any conversations about these, let's hear them.
All right, Mr. McGregor moved all 8 items. We have a second by Mrs. Faze. Any discussion? Mr. Pictionary, or Dr. Walsh, or the designated gymnastic coach. That's, we all had a chance to read it, but maybe a little more explanation.
Yeah. You want to?
Go ahead.
Okay. I could speak of it. I got a little bit more information, and Mr. Villani could probably chime in if I'm missing anything. So, in regards to gymnastics, it is a WIPIAL and PIAA sport. We do not have a team. So what they do is that with gymnastics, they run it out of a local gym. Our students still get to compete in the events. If they make it to the conference championship level, you have to have a coach with you. So it is the gym coach that is designated as a Bethel sponsor. It is not a paid coach, it's more of a volunteer, but they have to be approved by the school board to accompany our student, who's a Bethel student, who is out of that gym to compete in the championships.
And then has all our clearances as required.
Correct, yep. Did I hit it right?
You did, and the individual on here has been approved before. Back in 2022, we had a very decorated gymnast who went on. So this is a procedural thing to make sure that they're a recognized volunteer coach for us when they represent us at this WIPIAL or PIAA sport.
Very good. Any other items, any discussion? Hearing none, Mr. Pictionary, we'll take for a vote.
Voting is open.
Let's see. Yes, there. Now they do.
You're a yay, though? Okay. That's okay. Motion passes 9-0.
Thank you. Mr. Christensen, facilities?
Under facilities, there is one item. We discussed these items earlier with the update to the elementary center. I move to approve the change orders for the new K-5 elementary school project.
Second.
All right, one item for facilities on the change orders at the new K-5, moved by Mr. Christensen, second by Mrs. Walsh-Turner. No, the conversation, since we already have it, Mr. Piscineri, please put the vote up.
Voting is open. Motion passes 9-0.
Thank you. Finance Committee, Mrs. Walsh-Turner.
There are 17 items. November 2025 salaries and bills, October 25 financial report, October 25 budget transfers, payment for the new K-5 elementary school project, and there are 14 invoices listed there. Payment for Independence Middle School Phase 3 renovations, payment for Independence Middle School Phase 4 renovations, approved staffing agreement with GHR Education, approved to engage in cooperative purchases, approve of ClearGov Inc. proposal, approval of settlement agreement and release, approval of Act 1 opt-out resolution, approval of fund balance commitments, approval of AIU Joint Purchasing Board, approval of student services agreements, PIAA championship request, winter sport event staff positions, and finally, the information-only financial reports 31, 32, and 39 are at your desks. I move 1 through 17.
Second.
All right, Finance Committee, we have items 1 through 17 moved by Mrs. Walsh-Turner, second by Mr. Christensen. Discussions? There are a few.
There were a few.
Well, Mr. Piscineri, the ClearGov Inc. proposal.
Yeah, so right now, how myself and Ms. Copey, we work on the budget, it is nothing but spreadsheets. We're probably working with 50 to 60 spreadsheets that kind of go into one big major spreadsheet. What that has shown us in the last couple of years is there's no real life or real time with the budget. And that's problematic across all issues. So we have principals, facilitators. Once they do their budget, they don't see it again. They don't know how much is in there. They don't know what's being purchased. So what this does for us is it's a real-time dashboard. So we are going that route and getting rid of the spreadsheets so that we can now do the budget through a real-time dashboard that the facilitators, the principals, it can be more of a transparent process. It's a really neat system. At first, we've been working with them for about a year now. We saw it and we were like, no way, you can't do what we want you to do. And they just keep coming back and showing us, and it's an amazing process. So what we did is we had something on the budget that we were going to purchase for $20,000. It's Forecast 5. It's another budget tool. We did not purchase it this year. So we're utilizing that money to now buy this system. So it's net neutral budget-wise.
Good. So are we still contracting with our former finance director to assist us?
Correct. Yes.
When do you see that coming to an end?
Probably shortly. That's what he works on mainly right now is those spreadsheets. He helps build them, and when something breaks, it's 2 pages worth of a formula that I can't find, and he finds it for us. So that's one of the reasons why you see this in front of you, so we can make sure that we don't have to deal with spreadsheets anymore.
Good. And no conflict, because I also seen he now represents one of the insurance brokers.
Correct.
So there's no conflict with...
No, he is not. That's not our insurance broker.
Okay.
Yeah.
There any other conversations? What was the other one we was on here? GHR.
Rebecca, I was going to say GHR, do you want to go over the approval of this settlement agreement and release?
I can speak to the GHR. Is it?
You want to? Okay.
Yeah, you're talking about.
Staffing agreement.
Yes, the GHR staff and education. It's just another staffing agency. If we need a sub for paraprofessionals, we usually work through Emergis right now, and we've tapped that well pretty good. So this is just another avenue for us. If we need a sub for a paraprofessional, this is just another agency.
the approval of the settlement agreement and release.
That's right. Yeah. What item number? Scrolling.
It is 10.
Landslide.
Yes. Okay. This is for, the landslide issue that occurred. I don't have the dates in front of me. I want to say what year was that, Dr. Korzynski, like this all started coming up 2014, I'm saying off the top of my head, but
The landslide itself,
yeah.
I believe it was 2016. Is later.
It was
I
later.
Yeah.
just joined the board.
Okay. And so there was a large amount of debris found within that hillside, which then caused a landslide. And we have been trying to correct that and work on it ever since. I'm really summing this up very generally. I don't know, Dr. Kozinski, if you want to add anything, but
It was remediated, and it sat in mediation. It involved many parties.
and it is corrected and everything is safe.
Correct.
Thank you.
So we have worked out an agreement with different parties that were involved in the errors, that occurred there, for a sum of money to help, reimburse some of our costs that we incurred in the correction of that matter. But everything again is safe, operable, and so now we are moving forward, I think, at this point.
Okay. Any other discussion? Hearing none. Mr. Pictionary, since the 1 through 17 has been moved and second, we'll take the vote, please.
Mr. Pictionary, maybe just to make sure the board's clear on what item 12 means for them to approve tonight.
Correct. So the Act 1 index is what we get from the state every year, and that is the amount that you can raise taxes to. Every year they come out with a percentage. Last year was 4.8. We raised it to 4.8 last year. This year it's 4.2. That's the adjusted Act 1 index. So that is what you can raise taxes to this year. If you wanted to go over, of course, you have to go to referendum, but we did not decide to do that in the last couple of years. I did put something in front of you. You will see this. That just kind of gives you, what goes on in regards to millage, what the millage would be if we did go up to the index, if we did go up to 4.2, and what that means for the budget. So you see this in front of you. But that's pretty much what it is that you are voting to accept that we can go up to 4.2 and not going over. If we wanted to go over 4.2, we'd probably have to take this off and not vote on it.
And just to restate, that's the state saying we have the ability to go up to 4.2. We have not made any decisions of what we're looking
Correct.
for a budget for next year. It just, we could go, and that's the max we could go.
Correct, yes.
So make sure everyone would hear it correctly.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you. So the vote is now open again.
Yep, it's, go. Yes, okay. Motion passes 9-0.
Thank you. We have policy committee with Mrs. Hoppy.
Okay, one last time. We have 2 items. Neither are voting items this evening, but this is the first of 3 readings for 4 policies. Policy 102 for academic standards, Policy 105 for curriculum, Policy 123 interscholastic athletics, and Policy 706 preferential land assessment programs. I'd like to draw attention to Policy 105 on curriculum. And just make sure that everyone is aware. Part of this states at this reading that the district's curriculum plan must also include provisions for special instruction and observances to comply with state and federal law, including but not limited to Constitution Day and Citizenship Day, Arbor Day, and the Bill of Rights Week. So I know that we have some citizens who we're concerned about Constitution Day and observing that and making sure it's in curriculum, and here it is. in policy. So
Thank
it's a good thing. The second item is an acknowledgement of administrative regulations, and that is an application process for the preferential land assessment programs. So any questions? Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Excuse me. At this time, the meeting's open. Public comments? Or you're it?
Mr. Modrak, if I can just give you updates.
Yes, you can, Dr. K.
The white stuff is coming, and so we are winterizing the modular bathroom and all the facilities at the stadium, so those will be closed until March. Also, please be aware for the public that both turf fields are closed, and the sidewalks leading up to them will be closed when they start coming in to do the installation. That 99% of the turf is removed, and then they'll come and install here probably December 1st. In terms of the actual turf going in, will probably start January 1st.
And we anticipate good weather, considering good weather, how long would we think it would take?
It'll take about a month, but the contract is through March 1st. So they have till March 1st to finish.
Perfect weather, but you know,
Yes.
white stuff is coming.
So just be careful. Please don't go on that field. And the bathrooms are closed.
Thank you, sir. Any board comments? When you ready for the whole thing?
Okay.
Fine, Mrs. Hoppy gets to make her last board comments of official record at this side of the table. Mrs. Hoppy.
All right. So the Veterans Wall, I would love to be there for that reveal. If you can let me know when that is. I'm a very proud mother of a veteran and current enlisted soldier in the Army. So I am over the moon about that wall. I love that we're recognizing Bethel Park alumni and who are serving or have served in our armed forces. So I'm super proud of that. That's awesome. Another veterans event coming up is Wreaths Across America. You are able to purchase live wreaths to place at the graves of veterans in Bethel Cemetery, and there is an official ceremony, a formal ceremony on Saturday, December 13th at noon, and that will be followed by the placement of the wreaths. You can place your order through Bethel Park Historical Society, and the cost of each wreath is $17. If you need any other information, you can ask me or follow the Historical Society on social media channels. And I have enjoyed my board service. I will miss this. I will miss the work. I will miss the people. But I'm a grandma now. And there needs to be time for that grandbaby. She lives out of state, so it's been a challenge and a joy. And I wish the district all the best, our administration all the best, and this board all the best. Make good choices. Like I told my kids, make good choices. And signing off.
Thank you, Gail.
Thank you, Mrs. Hoppy. We appreciate all your efforts you've given us these last more than 4 years, but everyone forgets you used to work here too. So, but thank you for the last 4 years. On that note, we had the election. We have 4 members were voted. 3 are incumbents: Christina, Sharon, and Buffy. And then the newly elected member is Ms. Sephora, who is joining us here tonight, and we will get sworn in on the 2nd. And our first meeting is that next Tuesday, the 9th, when you get to join us up here officially. So, any other comments from the board? All right.
Just, well, one comment. Again,
Yes.
I just want to thank Gail for serving our community and our children. Really appreciate that. It's been great working with you, and I wish you and your family the very best.
You're here.
Best wishes, Gail.
This is our only meeting for November because we have Happy Thanksgiving coming up here soon. So we will be back in December with 2 public meetings and a swear.
Organization meetings at 6:30 on the 2nd, and the combined business committee meeting is on the 9th.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. Motion? Second. All in favor, aye. Good night.
Yeah, you want to just take it? No. No, it's just, I type it in. Yeah. Yeah. Yep.